Yes, children, we saw about the degradation of soil in this slide. I already explained to you what is called soil erosion. That is a natural phenomena, as well as by the human, the soil is replaced from one place to another. That is called soil erosion. And depletion, or the major depletion, means that is that also a reason for the degradation. The major threats to the soil as a resource. Both human and natural factors is, the natural means rain and heavy rain and strong wind. Human, how it is reason is the overgrazing, deforestation, and overuse of chemical fertilizers or pesticides in the agricultural land. That also factors for which lead to the soil degradation. Next, conservation measures. How we can conserve the soil for the future purpose or future needs. I already told in the sustainable development that we do not compromise for the future needs our natural resources. Here, conservation measures, they given a lot of methods in your textbook. I'll given in the short point. First one is mulching. The bare ground between plants is covered with a layer of organic matter like straw. It helps to retain soil moisture. Listen, children, in your home we use the vegetable wastage and the fruit peels for to we'll put in the gardens. Okay, that makes the soil into heavily fertility. It makes the soil heavy fertile. Okay, like that here straw makes the soil and keep more moisture in the soil. Here next one is contour barriers. That barriers is made by the stone, grass, soil are used to build barriers along the contours. Trenches are made in front of the barriers to collect water. Then rock dam. Rock dam, usually we build the dam for the purpose to check the flow of water and also to store the water. It helps the soil without erosion. Okay, so rock dams, rocks are piled up to slow down the flow of water. This prevents gullies and further soil loss. Terrace farming. These we practiced in the hilly areas. It avoids the soil eroded from the top to bottom. Here, these are made on the steep slopes so that flat surface are available to grow crops. They can reduce surface runoff and soil erosion. Then intercropping method. Here in our district also we used that intercropping method. How means in the summer crops we are cultivate that cotton. In between of the cotton plants, so many pulses they are shown. After the cotton cultivation completed, after 15 days or 1 month, that pulses plant protect the soil from the erosion. So the intercropping method is very important to check the soil erosion. Then contour ploughing. This practiced in a large places. Ploughing parallel to the contours of a hill slope to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slope. Then shelter belts. This we can see in the coastal areas such as mangrove forest. Mangrove forest present in the coastal areas to check the high speed of the waves, and also in the barren land or in the big areas they planted a continuous trees to check the high speed of the wind. In the coastal and dry regions, rows of trees are planted to check the wind movement to protect soil cover. Till that little conservation measure of the soil we learn. Now you see these pictures they given in your textbook and just to show you what is that. Here the first one is this is terrace farming. You see in the hilly areas. This could avoid the soil erosion from the top layers. Then the next one is contour barriers. Here in the rivers they built the contours. Then contour ploughing. This happened they did in the big shapes of the land. Here rock dam. Usually we saw the dam. Then shelter belts. Shelter belts usually we saw in the coastal areas. The next, water. Yes, children, the third abiotic factor and also important factor for us, important natural resource for us, that is water. Hydrosphere we learn. Hydro means, that is, hydro is the scientific term of water. Children, how can we say our planet Earth? In what are the special words we given for describe to our planet? Blue planet and water planet. Usually we say water planet and the blue planet because of its color, because we mentioning blue color for water. Okay, so it is called blue planet or water planet. Why we are saying our planet is a blue planet or water planet? What is the reason? Water is available only in our planet, so that we are saying our planet is water planet. Then air also present in our planet. Why we didn't say air planet or land planet? Yes, children, because water available in our Earth, but our planet is covered 70% of water and 30% only land. So we used to say our planet is water planet. Okay, in that 70% of water, you just come and put 100% of water. In that 100% of water is 97% of water is present in the form of oceans and seas. Okay, we use the ocean water and sea water? No, because it is salty. Yes, the 97% of water is only in the form of salty water in the sea and the ocean. Then remaining 3% of water, in that is 2.7 accurately I said, 2.7% of water, 2% water is found in our Earth in the form of icebergs or glaciers in the Himalayan region and Arctic and Antarctic region. Now you say only 0.7% of fresh water we use for the whole population in the world. That's also found in the underground water. That 7% included the water vapor present in the air. So imagine how low level of water we have. Water is a vital renewable natural resource. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. It is therefore appropriately called the water planet. It was in the primitive oceans that life began almost 3 billion years back. Freshwater accounts only about 2.7%. Here I am giving, these are the facts. Nearly 70% of this occurs as ice sheets, glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland and mountain regions such as Himalayas. Freshwater accounts for only about 2.7%. Only 1% of, that is a 0.7% only, of fresh water is available and fit for human use. It is found as groundwater, as surface water in rivers and lakes, and as water and water vapor in the atmosphere. Then problems of water availability, because we know about very clearly about the water scarcity, because every year we meet the water scarcity in our district. There is scarcity of water in many regions of the world. What are that countries? Especially the country's name I given here: Africa, West Asia, South Asia, part of Western USA, Northwest Mexico, and part of South America, and the entire Australia are facing shortages in fresh water supply. They are come under the South Asia region. Countries located in climatic zones must susceptible to drought face great problems of water scarcity, that is torrid zone, climatic zones. Thus, water shortage may be a consequence of variation in seasonal or annual precipitations. Yes, we know very well. We depend our water supply only the seasons, that is monsoon. Or the scarcity is caused by over exploitation and contamination of water sources. That is, over exploitation means that we drag the water from the ground and also overly exploited. We wasted the water, and contaminations, we know that we pollute the freshwater body. Here, conservation of water resources. How we can conserve? Access to clean the adequate water sources is a major problem facing the world today. Then, before we let the untreated water in the natural water bodies, should check it. That also conservation. I given here, discharge of untreated or partially treated sewage, agricultural chemical and industrial effluents in water bodies are major contaminants. Most of these chemicals, being non-biodegradable, reach human bodies through water. Yes, children, imagine if a chemical factory lets his water, that is untreated water, to a water body near its factory, that water used by the near area people is directly affected them, as well as the aquatic animals which live in that area or in that water resource. After using that aquatic animals by the humans, that means fish and other aquatic animals, that has caused a great skin diseases for them. Then, water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents. I said before we let the water, releasing the untreated water, we should treat them. Water is used for irrigating fields. The canals should be properly lined to minimize losses by water. For example, drip irrigation. If we use drip irrigation, means it is very helpful, and also it is for the irrigation, it takes minimum level of water for the irrigation. Sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by like that drip irrigation. Sprinklers also we can use at the same time. The sprinklers splash the water for the long area, for over the huge area. In dry regions with a high rates of evaporation, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. The valuable water resource can therefore be conserved by adopting these means of conservation. Yes, children, than the other natural resources, the water is very, very important for us because it supports the life. Just we can go through the recap. First question is, which are the two main climatic factors responsible for soil formation? Yes, that is high temperature and rainfall is the main climatic factors responsible for soil formation. Write any two reasons for land degradation today. Degradation means soil loses quality. So that is called degradation. What are the things for the degradation of soil? Reason? One is soil erosion, and we use a lot of pesticides, chemical fertilizers for our fields. That also major reason for the land degradation. Why is land considered an important resource? Land is the most important natural resources because it gives the place for the living beings to live on the earth, and also there is a great community resource, that forest is present in the land, so it is considered as the important resources. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion means the soil, the top layer of the soil is replaced by the human as well as by the natural factors. How is human responsible? Humans use most deforestation also one of the great reason for the soil erosion. This happened by the humans. And the natural things such as wind and rain. Heavy rainwater washed away the soil. Strong winds blown away the soil. Taken the top layer of the soil is the reason for the soil erosion. Suggest 3 ways to conserve water. What are the 3 ways? Before let the untreated water from the factories, we should check the quality of the water, and we should use the irrigating water, drip irrigation, and the other thing is for you. Thank you, children. Take care.